Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Make some noise in that live chat. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, Ethereum is unquestionably a security. The problem is the SEC should have shut you crooks down long ago, referring to consensus. I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be discussing the US SEC expected to deny spot Ethereum ETFs in May. Deadline around the corner. We'll also be discussing the buy Bitcoin sign that photobombed Janet Yellen sells for $1 million. Can you say Binance? We'll also be discussing Runes makes up 68% of all the Bitcoin transactions since launch, as well as $300 billion worth of boomer cash coming into the crypto space, according to Mark Yusko. I'll also be breaking this down for you, as well as the Bitcoin price can hit 800,000 per coin, ultimately soaring 13x from here. All this plus so much more in today's show. Now, welcome everyone just joining us on the live stream. Holla at your boy, make some noise. Let me know where you're tuned in from. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. Shout out to the mods, K-Jam and Jennifer, always doing a fantastic job. Shout out PB, love you, man. Looking forward to the analysis. Thanks for tuning in, supporting the pod. McFootnator, get ready for 44% capital gains tax and 25% unrealized gains tax. Good Lord. And yes, we're back on the Rumble today. Yesterday, Rumble wasn't working. It's working today. We are live on YouTube and Rumble. Shout out to the Rumble fam. Shout out Juan. Good to see you, broski. Shout out Mark the Flyer, Moonstone. Now, are we getting taxed on unrealized gains? Yeah, what's up with that? Break that one down for me. That is so un-American to tax you for your financial goals. Not even realize, oh my God, that would start a war. You would think so. Or would the people just blindly accept it and turn the other cheek? Like with the 44% capital gains tax. Let me know. Hello from Bangkok, Thailand. Shout out Jerry Reynolds. Good to see you, broski. What it do? Shout out shipmates. Ahoy. Greg, what it do? Devon, good to see you, sis. Just my opinion. I wish I had boomer cash. Don't we all? I want to be taxed on the unrealized loss. Exactly. Can we write off the unrealized losses is the $1 million question, Stephen. There you go. Shout out Bill Graper. Shout out Steven. Germany in the building. California. BS. What up? What up? Zach. LA. California love to live and die in LA. Shout out Don George. Good to see you as well, fam. Shout out to all the members of the channel. Greatly appreciate your support. I'm at work making onion rings for A&W DNA Noonan in Mill Bay, British Columbia, Canada, and watching the bestest show on the tube. Love your broski. Right back at you, DNA. Do what it do, and thanks for tuning in. Hello from the Netherlands. Shout out you, Steph. Shout out to that Palestinian. Let's get it. 60 G's, baby. Keep your Bitcoin in self-custody, and you don't have to tell the government anything. If we sell at a profit, then isn't that realized gains? How is that unrealized? I think he's referring to not selling and just having unrealized gains. I think that's a pipe dream, though. I don't see that ever happening because the other side of that coin, can we write off the unrealized losses? Because it's unrealized. So how can you get taxed on something unrealized? Another day, another dollar. Dope hat. Thank you, Anthony Zammit. 10% tax on tea started the revolution. When are people going to make a stand? I'm with you on that, Jennifer. Well said. Are you in Thailand for vacation? Asked Julie Key Largo. JV, no, I'm not on vacay. I'm in Puerto Rico, where every day is kind of a vacay. Happy birthday, Barack. Shout out Barack Monfils Evangelista. Happy birthday. It is 425. Massive respect. Thanks for all your support. Everyone show Barack some birthday love. It's your 21st birthday today, eh? Sell for cash, peer-to-peer, or USDT only, says Dylan. If you don't know, you're watching the Crypto News Alert, #1 on YouTube. What's up, family? Respect, Crypto Surge. Always appreciate you, broski. Red Panty Night, baby. You already know. 60 G's, baby. At least we're holding.
60 G's, baby! It's Red Panty Night when you're starting to find me, eh? Back at home with your wife. It's a celebration.
Buying Bitcoin at 64 G's, baby, or 65. It's a celebration. You ring back home to your wife. You know what I mean? We're up over 1,000 on the day. We're back in the green, baby. Let's go. Shout out Mr. Bone Daddy. What it do? The orange hat. Where has it been, JV? Nipsey dug it in the backyard. I had to undig it. Bitcoin is kind of pumping right now. We kind of are up 1.5% on the day. I got this gnat flying around my mouth, so I got to usher in a layer of protection here. Celebrate good times with the biddies. 40th. That's what's up. God bless you. I'm your elder. I'm 1 year older than you, broski. Couple of months, that is. A year and a couple of months. Yeah, 64 G's. Let's get it. Let's go, Devon. SA, welcome to the stream family. Welcome everyone just joining us. Pump the likes to pump the stream. Bitcoin post-halving 2024. We here. Nice hat. Thank you, Joseph. I get a lot of hat compliments when I wear the orange. Respect. I appreciate it.
Well.
Woohoo!
Pump it up.
Yeah, the protein gnats. Exactly.
Pump it up.
Pump it up. Let's go. It is Thursday. Can you believe tomorrow's already the end of the week? Yes, my magic hands. Watch out now. Pump the likes, retweet the links. Thank you, Eric Castro, for the reminder. Great. And you. Good to see you, DNA. JB said pause the Bitcoin dump. Are you talking about Joe Biden? He wishes. How about a little FJB? A little hashtag FJB. I need to check out the JV merch. Yes, please. Merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. Thank you, Devon, for the plug. I love it.
Pump it up. Look, pump it up if you came and went long.
That's right. Only pump it up if you came and went long. TY. EH finally caught live. What up? Welcome, family. The market was waiting for JV to go live. Pump it up. You know how we do. Don't use the tangent, fam, says SA. Tell us why, please. The wallet you're referring to. How's Rumble working today? Hopefully fine and dandy, because we are streaming right now on Rumble. FJB says Devon. There we go. Let's get that viral, that hashtag. Hey, JV and Fam OG, Surfer Girl, tuning in from Santa Barbara. Shout out to the Surfer Girl and shout out Santa Barbara, catching those waves. Big ol' FJB, thank you, McFootinator. Let's go, Brandon. Shout out Strange Love and Joseph. A whale bought a lot this morning. Good. Don't eat the yellow snow. Take the orange pill. Well said, Data. You got to tell him. Hashtag FJB, let's go. Rumble is live. Thank you, K-Jam. Without further ado, if you're new to the channel, important to smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day, just like this. Also equally important to show your love. If you're appreciating the content here, pound that likes button, because by liking the stream, you're helping to pump the stream at the same time. It's always greatly appreciated. Today is pod episode number 1620. I'm your host, JV. It's April 25th, 2024, and the market is pumping back in the green. As you can see here on Coin360, we got Bitcoin trading at roughly $64,900, up roughly a G note on the day. We have Ether up 1%, trading just under 3,200, while Solana, Cardano, XRP, and AVAX all currently correcting and in the red. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. The current crypto market cap sitting at 2.38 trillion with roughly 85 billion worth of volume. For the past 24 hours, we got the Bitcoin dominance at 53.4%, with the Ether dominance at 16.2%. My question for the chat, how high do you think that Bitcoin dom will likely climb for this cycle peak? Holla. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, we got Wormhole up 20%. We have Bonk up 12.5%, and Say up 7%. Below that, Phantom, CFX, and Theta. Now, which alts in particular are y'all most bullish on for this particular bull? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get more of the visual perspective on the day. Safe to say maybe 15% in the green, but overall the market correcting and in the red. And zooming out on the monthly, pretty substantial losses overall. You could say Rex City for the altcoin market, with a handful in the green. And checking out the crypto good and fair index, we're currently rated a 72. Yesterday 72, last week 57, and last month an 81 in extreme greed. So there you have it, my crypto fam. We got 1 week left here in April. Where do you feel that price action is likely to take us before the end of the monthly close? Holla. And right now, Again, we're at 64,600, roughly 9,000 from the all-time high of roughly 74,000, which we tapped mid-March of last month. So there you have it, crypto fam. Shout out Paul, pound the like. Yes, please. 500,000 Bitcoin. Yes, please. After the halving, Bitcoin is more rare than gold. So the market cap should be more than gold. Have to 10x a coming. Yeah, man. That's why we're discussing a 13x rise with the market cap and price action of Bitcoin in today's featured story. It's off the back of that because Bitcoin should be higher than the gold market cap. We already know where it's heading and where it's trending. Right now, we're still only at like 1.2, 1.3 trillion as an asset class for Bitcoin. Gold is at like 15 trillion. So you already know we come in for that neck. Expanding my portfolio, started growing some elm trees as well as ganja. Well, long live the ganja. Quoting Bob Marley, it unlocks key elements of the mind. So ganja, my friend, very good. And enjoy those elm trees. I remember Nightmare on Elm Street. Did they have elm trees in that movie? I don't remember. I am making bank off of proppy. Good for you, DNA. Love to see another man's gains. There's a lot of money printing, talking out there. What do you call poor? I mean, according to Saylor, it's people who treat fiat currency as a store of value, if you know what I mean.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
How about you guys? Is that true or no?
People
Tell them, Michael. Take it away.
that use fiat currency
Specifically as a store of value. What do we call them, folks?
as a store of value, we call them poor.
There you have it. The Giga Chat has spoken.
We call them poor.
Shout out Neri. Shout out Eric. This new poor mix slaps 100%. Honey bunches of brokes. I dig it, Mob Marley. All my elm trees got wiped out by the Dutch elm disease. Good Lord. Man, I'm thinking of buying a, what is that, wallet? Right on. We call them members of the party. Poor. We call them poor. Thank you for the link droppage there, K-Jam. Shout out to Little Bubble on the mix. We dig the track. It's definitely a banger.
People that use fiat
Craziness, right?
currency, we call them poor. We call them poor.
People who pay 44% capital gains tax, we call them suckers. We call them suckers.
We call them poor. We call them poor.
Yeah, man, crazy. Nice song. As long as the big guys keep buying the biddies OTC, the price won't move, says Elko Rosio. For the first time, inflation of Bitcoin is lower than the gold, whereas the money printer is louder than the Air Force number one. And take of the modus. Word. The second bet. There is no second best. Tate calls us poor with 1.4. It feels like great to be here. Cheers to that. Exodus. That was inspired to take that soundbite from Sailor and incorporate that into a song. I know. Craziness. We are taxed 79% right now. Points out Jennifer. It is sickening that we only actually get to use 21 cents out of every dollar. Let that sink in. And let's dive into today's Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out some of the charts of where the price action is likely heading next. Shall we? Headline reads, Bitcoin price risks the 1 week low as U.S. GDP sparks stagflation woes. Here you're looking at the 1 hour chart. Bitcoin fell below 62 G's, baby, this morning into the Wall Street Open as stagflationary U.S. macro data unsettled the markets, but we bounced right back. Right now, we're right back near 65 G's, baby. So yeah, markets opened to trouble sentiment after U.S. Q1 gross domestic product came in significantly lower than anticipated at 1.6%. And at the same time, prices rose by more than anticipated, and reactions highlighted the difficult task of taming inflation ahead of the Federal Reserve. Quoting Holger, the economist right here, if 1.6% is the final reading, it will end 6 straight quarters of 2% growth. And also, the Kabisi letter says, is the economy beginning to weaken? Duh. Kabisi additionally noted the surprising nature of the GDP data, which came in nearly 50% lower than Goldman Sachs had forecasted. Quoting them here, what does the Fed do when inflation is rising, but the economy is weakening? If you cut rates, inflation will skyrocket. If you raise rates, economy crashes. Not exactly the definition of a soft landing. Now, the markets were already decreasing the odds of the Fed loosening economic policy April 25th, no longer fully pricing in an interest rate cut earlier than December. The latest data from the CME Group's FedWatch tool showed just a 6.3% chance of a cut coming at the next meeting of the FOMC, scheduled for May 1st, a few days out. Now let's discuss the bullish price targets persisting in the Bitcoin market. Bitcoin thus follow U.S. equities, in particular tech stocks, downhill, struggling to maintain ground it had reclaimed the week prior after a geopolitically induced dip below 60 Gs. Not everyone, however, was gearing up for losses. Quoting Crypto Chase, in my opinion, the job on the upside is not finished. I'm ready long ETH from 3,100, but this is where I'd be bidding Bitcoin targeting 68,000. So zooming out, we also had fellow trader Crypto Tony, who called for a new macro high to come before more consolidatory price action. And for analyst Caleb Franzen, the short-term hodler, realized price is currently at 59.5, forming the definitive line in the sand. Now, short-term hodlers' realized price refers to the aggregate price at which short-term hodler entities, which are wallets holding coins for 155 days or less, last move them. It has functioned almost without fail as market support since the end of the 2022 bear market. Quoting him here, if Bitcoin falls below the short-term hodler RP, then I will get bearish. So he's ultimately saying only if we drop below 59.5 will he be bearish. And like I said, Bitcoin bounced pretty nice and impressively right back near to 65,000 at the time of the live stream. So it seems 60 has been holding, which is strong and a good sign. And Consensus recently tweeted, we took this step for two very basic reasons, in regards to filing a lawsuit against the SEC. They say, number one, the SEC should not be allowed to arbitrarily expand its jurisdiction to include regulating the future of the internet by wrongly labeling ETH a security. And number two, the SEC's reckless approach is bringing chaos to developers, market participants, institutions, and nations who are building or already managing critical systems running on Ethereum. And it continues. I'm not going to read them all to you. This is a little bonus. Maybe we'll dive deeper into this tomorrow. But I did want to respond with Max's basically adding the following. You guys are wrong. ETH is unquestionably a security. The problem is the SEC should have shut you crooks down long ago. Yeah, man. So it's getting pretty heated here. So I'd love to know your feedback and thoughts. Do you agree that the SEC is overreaching and that Ethereum should be maybe deemed a commodity, as it seems Consensus is arguing and suing the SEC over? Or do you think Max is right and they are clearly and obviously Ethereum being a security and these guys are a bunch of crooks? Let me know your honest thoughts in the live chat and we'll start reading some of these comments. Claude A, exactly, just zoom out. Hodl, when in doubt, zoom out. You already know. Do you realize why they're reading the news? This is why the channel is called Crypto News Alerts. Thanks for breaking it down for them, Jennifer. For some people, it's hard to figure that one out. I won't be bearish under 50 Gs. I won't be bearish unless I'm eating Mickey D's. I did like that. Here, y'all, I try to hold myself together. I'm hurting, fam. Hurting bad. What's going on, Dankness? Reach out to me, broski. What's poppin'? The SEC is not going to deny BlackRock its ETH ETF. 576 out of 577 so far, especially with the Hong Kong approvals. That's right. The 30th, we get the ETFs going live out of Hong Kong, both for Bitcoin and Ether. The FCC needs to stay in its lane and leave Bitcoin to rule the road. Max is clearly on target, says Joseph. Thanks for your feedback. Thanks, Elizabeth Warren and Sanders, for the tax bullish. Nice day. There you go. Keep an eye. Something. Ethereum is the mother of all ish coins. Max is wrong, as this is a political decision, not technical. So Steven, hashtag Trump 2020 foe, says DGen. ETH is a security, says Randall. The ETH Foundation is structured just like a corporation or a company. They are provided huge sums of ETH to their management team, says Greg. Kumar, thanks for subbing to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. 2 lawyers from the SEC just quit for overstepping in the crypto cases. I saw that. McFootinator. Good for them. Can you say 65 G's, baby? Incoming, keep pumping, brother. We'll keep the pump alive for sure. EU is banning crypto over 10,000. The EU sucks. Doesn't POW, proof of work, or proof of stake, make it a security by default? Yeah, I think from them moving away from proof of work to proof of stake is a good sign or indicator of it being deemed a security, because they're getting what's called yields, and that's an indicator. What about Solana? What about it, Rajan? FJB, I like that. Claude, FJB. ETH will have to register as a security. That's right. And it doesn't mean they can't be successful as a security registered. It just means it looks like the SEC would have, oversight over them versus the CFTC, which is overseeing the commodities, such as the Bitcoin, if you know what I mean. My husky is licking the coffee table. What is on it? It's a great question, K-Jam. It's a great question. Adam, welcome. PB, love the show. Respect. Thank you, family. Appreciate the support as always. You guys are awesome.
The dip hit, you just stay like King Kong. Hey. More than 5 shots in your stack, then get it on. Yeah. Had the people on my back to get a song.
We smoked them like a bong. Will Solana pass ETH in market cap? It's a great question. What do you guys think? Let me know. Crypto Zero. My dogs are driving me nuts. Damn it. Damn dogs. Why can't you guys relax like Nipsey? You learn something from the Nippinator. You can lead a horse to the biddies, but you can't make them buy. This is true as well. This is very, very true, Peter. Shout out to Russia. Fat stacks like King Kong. Now we're talking. Much love. Shout out Dankness. Good to see you, broski. Always a pleasure having you here. Yeah, man. Let's keep the show a-moving, shall we? Next story of the day. Let's discuss these Ether ETFs. The headline reads, U.S. SEC expected to deny spot Ether ETFs in May. That's right. The SEC will most likely deny the spot ETFs in May, according to this latest report. That's from Reuters. They reported April 24th yesterday. U.S. issuers and other firms expect the SEC to reject the spot Ether ETF apps next month, following meetings with the regulator in recent weeks, citing 4 people who participated in the meetings. The 4 persons who asked to be anonymous due to the private nature of the discussions said recent meetings between issuers and the SEC have been one-sided. The agency staff have not discussed substantial details about the proposed products. The sources compared the unsuccessful talks regarding Ethereum ETFs to detailed discussions between the issuers and the agency in January, weeks before it approved the spot Bitcoin ETFs. And before the historical approval, the SEC rejected spot Bitcoin ETF filings for over a decade. That's right. It only changed its stance after Grayscale Investments won the court victory against the regulator August 2023. Many analysts agree that the SEC is likely to further delay possible approval of the Ether ETFs. Quoting them here, it seems more likely that approval will be delayed until later in 2024 or longer, according to this analyst, Todd Rosenbluth, who reportedly said, adding that the regulatory landscape is still too cloudy. And then we have Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balchunas, who previously estimated the chances of the SEC approving the spot Ether ETF in May at around 35% back in March. He also noted he sourced good intel to suggest the SEC may be giving the silent treatment to prospective fund issuers on purpose. Balchunas also mentioned the SEC chair, Gary Gensler's stance on Ether could also impact the decision process, as Gensler has refused to give clarity on whether Ether was a security. That's right. Remember when he spoke to Congress and testified, Gary, chairman of the SEC, is Ether a unregistered security or commodity? We can't answer that question because that's why he's no Claire Gare. While the U.S. is apparently set for another delay, some global jurisdictions have been moving forward with plans to start trading ETF products, such as Hong Kong Securities and Futures Commission officially approving the first batch of spot Bitcoin and Ether ETFs, including 3 Bitcoin and 3 Ether ETFs by China Asset Management, Harvest Global Investments, and Bocera. And following the approval, Hong Kong's crypto ETFs are expected to start trading on April 30th. So you already know. Let me know if you guys are bullish for some of these ETFs, which are soon going to be coming out this week out of Hong Kong. I should say this upcoming week, which would be at the end of this month on the 30th, which is what, another 5 days away. Let me know your thoughts, family.
Too many frauds and scams.
These clowns trying to take us down. What a guy. Wow, what a guy. Wow, what a guy.
Most definitely. ETH sounds like a ish show. It does, Devon. I smell something. You smell what the rock is cooking? Or does it smell like securities?
And let me just say,
Guess who's back? Back again.
Gensler's back. Tell a friend. How about Brandon with the tax threat? What a guy. What a guy. And to think people actually voted for this clown. Some people actually voted for the clown. Devon, love the dancing. Back to the jam.
I'm just.
Gary's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Guess who's back?
The biggest crypto failure in history is probably FTX at $9 billion. Were you the chairman of the SEC when FTX collapsed?
Yes.
Guess who's back? 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 Na, na, na.
Good old Gary keeping the industry safe, protecting us from FTX as the chairman. The biggest collapse of any financial product in history, Mr. Gensler. There you go. No one voted for him, silly. Nobody I know. You can see Maria Sharp-Panel will do 50 to 100x. Bitcoin hits 13x from here. Billowette from DC. Bitcoin to 100 G's this May. Send it. And thanks for sending your first super ever. Live and on stream. Respect, family. I created some guidelines. Why doesn't Gensler crack down on all these scammers on YouTube? Because they can care less about protecting you from the real scams. You already know how the game is played, Mr. Bone Daddy.
I've created some guidelines. Cause all of my overlords told me to stop crypto shops. They got bigger. You want help? Well, this is what I'll give you.
A little bit of some lawsuits mixed with a middle finger. JBD, what are your thoughts on the Hong Kong ETFs? I'm bullish. I think the more competition in the world of the ETFs around the world, the better. More adoption. So send it.
A little middle finger mixed with the lawsuit. They must have forgot who I am, what I'm up to.
Yeah.
He's trying to get virus type control over the country. FJB. Yeah, man, I feel you. People thought he would support Bitcoin since he taught blockchain at MIT. Yeah, that is quite hilarious, isn't it? They don't understand the evils, the forces of evil that be. They underestimate them. Not me.
The phone when you call something I'll not do. I'm shocked that you're just not cooperating. It's obvious you're wrong. Stop debating.
Yes, exactly. Anyways, family, pump the likes to pump the stream. Let's dive into our next story of the day. That infamous buy Bitcoin sign from Miss Binance, Janet Yellen, when she got photobombed, that sold officially for $1 million. This is actually quite interesting. Let's break this baby down. A yellow notepad with buy Bitcoin written on it, which was flashed behind U.S. Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen during the 2017 congressional hearing, sold at an auction for 16 biddies, worth over $1 million. The buyer, identified as Justin, also known as Squirrel Kairath, which was the winning bidder on the Bitcoin platform, auction platform Scarcity. The auction ran for a week, ending on April 24th, just after 11 p.m. UTC. Here's the guy right here. That's what's up. Respect for purchasing that for a whopping 16 Bitcoin, because we all know 16 Bitcoin is going to be worth a lot more than $1 million in the upcoming years, if you know what I mean. So the sign was offered up by Christian Langalis, who wrote it out and flashed it on camera. Oh yeah, that's the initial guy who actually flashed it on camera. Pretty cool. After nabbing a seat behind Miss Yellen at the televised House Financial Services Committee hearing in July 2017. So this guy right here on the right, massive legend. So respect to him for making that meme. Yeah, I mean, Langalis was escorted out after photobombing Yellen. Go figure. Here you go. Right here is a picture. As signs are not allowed to be displayed during hearings. Was it worth it? Yeah, damn right. CNBC reported at the time that after the sign was flashed, Bitcoin traded almost 4% higher, reaching over $2,418. And after Scarcity takes a 15% fee, Langalis is set to pocket around $875,000, which is worth 13.6 biddies at this time. And in a statement under the listing, Langalis said it was good to finally liberate this number from my sock drawer and offer it back to the Bitcoin public. The listing notes the page with the handwritten sign was removed from the notepad shortly after the hearing, but was since reattached with clear archival wire. Interesting. The yellow legal pad also contains an unforeseen rough draft of the now iconic scrawl, along with notes on the hearing monetary policy and Bitcoin. And in 2019, Langalis created and sold 21 replicas of the sign, which sold for an average price of 0.8 biddies, worth about $51,000 today. The listing claims the replicas are displayed in the offices of venture firms Paradigm, Blockchain Capital, Castle Island Ventures, along with crypto think tank Coin Center. Bloomberg reported Langalis planned to use the money from the latest sale to help fund a Bitcoin software project. So there you have it. How cool is that? How many of you would be interested in purchasing that sign? How about you, Jennifer? Let me know. I guess you got a piece of Bitcoin history, so you can't go wrong with that. I'm sure it will appreciate. But will the sign appreciate as much as Bitcoin will appreciate in price value? That's my question. What do you guys think? Let me know. Sats, welcome, fam. Relaxing, you made it. Welcome back, Jack. Will Bitcoin hit 800 Gs? There's no doubt in my mind. Good for him. Right on. I know there's no second best, but private chain. Janet Yellen is a bit of an embarrassment. Have you ever tried listening to her? I haven't, and I don't plan on it. Once I heard her say "Banance" a half a dozen times in that speech. That was all the Janet Yellen I've ever needed in my life, if you know what I mean. Yeah, you guys keep asking what's the second best.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Bada boom, bada bing, kiddos. That's how we do it. Welcome, Mayan Man. What it do? Welcome, everyone just joining the stream. Pump the likes, pump the stream, and shout out to the Rumble fam as well. It feels so good to be back. Yeah, time's up. Yeah, speak too slow, lady. It's crazy how they become in these positions of power. Some of these folks, if you know what I mean. There's no second best. I want to start a chain of Bitcoin pizza pretty soon. Saw it on Wolf of All Streets today. Nice. 90 Gs. Send it. Mike Alfred. I love it. My local target after we break resistance, 84 Gs and change. The target for the bull flag that we broke down from after that, outer space. Number 11 equals Doge. 13X. Send it. What part of Puerto Rico do you live? At an undisclosed location. How do you like those apples? My guy. Shout out to the PDO dollar. I shorted Bitcoin at 64,897. Loved it. Open your mind. Be water, my friends.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless.
Like Bitcoin. I Googled Bitcoin price a lot, but what is the most accurate way to look? I think, Anthony Zammit, the most accurate way to project and look at the price action is to zoom out and look at the 15-year chart of Bitcoin versus the US dollar. I think that's the best chart. And that will tell you the trajectory that the dollar will continue to lose purchasing power and Bitcoin will continue to increase drastically and exponentially the purchasing power against the dollar. And that's really the only thing you need to know. HODL Bitcoin, use Bitcoin as a savings, and over the long haul, numbers go up. Why do numbers go up? Finite limited supply, perfect money, immutable, un-F-wittable, can't be controlled, can't be changed, you know what I mean? Can't be confiscated. So it has a lot of value. It's a store of value. It's a hedge against inflation, a hedge against deflation. It's an insurance policy. It's a flight to safety, and all the above. I mean, Nipsey being cute right now. That's right. At least to the weekly, you're bullish crypto for this bull run. Yeah, I don't know why anyone would not be bullish during a bull run. JV stays on Dorado Beach, says Claude A. Have you ever seen me in Dorado Beach? Only goes up. Simple, says Gigavids. Word. Bitcoin will always outperform the dollar. Always. It's going up forever, Laura. You're bullish crypto for this bull run? See. How many whole coiners here? Press the like so we know. Yes, please. Only if you're a whole coiner. Pump the likes. Nipsey is a chillin'. Shout out Jester. Hedge against the government. There you go. Hedge against corruption and hucksters, if you know what I mean. Is it a risk on and risk off? Says Kathy. Why not? Number go up because fiat go down. Well said. Nippinator's balls are hot. Yes. Just like that UFC fighter. What was his name? Derek Lewis. My balls is hot. Peace Coin. Peter Sniff has been seen at Dorado Beach. This is true. Many influencers live in Dorado, family. Bitcoin has been in a bull run since its inception in 2009. Facts. Facts. Claude A. What number are we throwing out there? I dig it. Everything you just described is pirates. I've been to San Juan and Old San Juan. The military base is okay as well, says Cornell. Yeah, good places. That's where the Old San Juan is where the cruise ships go. I was in Old San Juan the other day meeting up with a friend for dinner. It was fun. Shout out Corey. Love the new hat. It's not even new. I just brought it back. 6 biddies, but want to buy more. Just so much FOMO. Well, buy what you can while you can. What you drinking today? The agua, high quality H2O, 9.5 pH, alkalized water. You already know. Shout out to Mr. Lee.
Like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot.
Tell them, JB, I think Bitcoin is the least risky place to park my money. Maybe I'm too bullish. Not at all. It sounds like you understand the asset. 44% from Biden capital gains tax. In the words of Bart Simpson, he could eat my shorts. If Japan ETF buy all their Bitcoin over the counter, don't expect the price action. We need to push these mother frickers to buy on the exchanges to create the movement. There you go. Supply and demand is a fallacy, says ICT. Hi there. Do you hear about the new meme coin? I haven't. Yeah. Enjoy the agua. High quality H2O, family. But anyways, keep the comments flowing. It's always appreciated. Let's dive into our next story of the day and discuss Runes. Headline reads, Runes makes up 68% of all the Bitcoin transactions since launch. That's right. The new token standard on the Bitcoin blockchain has made up more than 2/3 of transactions on Bitcoin since it was launched following the network's halving event. April 20th, in only 5 days. Whoa. More than 2.38 million Rune transactions have been processed, accounting for 68% of all Bitcoin transactions made since it launched April 20th, according to Dune Analytics dashboard shared by blockchain research firm Crypto Corio. Now, ordinary peer-to-peer Bitcoin transactions, BRC20 ordinals and Runes were included in the total transaction count. As you can see here, Runes had its biggest day, April 23rd, with more than 750,000 transactions, though the count more than halved the next day at 312,000 transactions. Much of the initial demand at block 840,000 came from meme coin and NFT enthusiasts competing to inscribe and etch rare Satoshis via the Runes protocol. As a result, Runes transactions contributed to nearly 70% of miner fees on the halving day. Since then, the daily figure fluctuated between 33 and 69%. However, industry pundits are also split on whether Runes will provide a sustainable revenue stream for the Bitcoin miners, and there is already disparity between the numbers of Rune transactions and miner fees earned from Runes. So the new protocol, launched by Ordinals investor Casey Rodamore, has been marketed as a more efficient way to create new tokens on the Bitcoin network when compared to BRC20 token standard as Ordinals-based method for creating Bitcoin-based tokens. However, not everyone is happy with the amount of block space that has been taken up by Runes transactions in recent days. Amongst those critics is Nikita, lead developer at blockchain search engine Blockchair, who believes Bitcoin has completely ceased becoming a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, what its synonymous creator, Satoshi, originally envisioned. Now, also, I think this is what's congesting the blockchain and creating some pretty wild blockchain fees to move the biddies right now. So let me know your thoughts on Rune. Are you bullish with these memes on the Bitcoin blockchain? Do you think it's just creating a lot of noise and taking up a lot of space and ultimately congesting the blockchain? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know. Malwa, welcome. I know Bitcoiners who love all this stuff, ordinals and Rune, and then I know, obviously Bitcoin maxis who hate it. So I want to know your thoughts and how you stand, where you feel. Let me know. Hope Casey Rudimore eats Biden's socks and gets lost with his ruins. How long for Bitcoin to be a store of value? Bitcoin is a store of value, so I don't understand that question. You know what I mean? Runes is etching. Hi, JV. Great show. Thank you, Molly. Welcome to the stream. Rune and ordinals, are they anything other than an attack on the Bitcoin blockchain? Well, I think a lot of investors are perceiving it as a way to get rich quick with their memes. These meme tokens, I think, is what this thing is all about. People trying to cash in on some quick riches, but it's a great perception you got there. Anthony Zambit, Biden's regime is proposing it. He is trying to raise taxes on the rich, but it is only going to hurt the poor. Of course, that's how it works. I think I'm taking up a lot of the room and space. We hate them, says SA. The bot got a new riff, says Data. It is effing with the Bitcoin transfer fees. It sure is doing that. Memes and BRC20s are garbage, but miners love the fees, says David Wrong, so they can earn more money. I understand completely. Bitcoin on the cusp of ushering in 65,000 here, family. We so close. Pump the likes to pump the stream. We may pump the price action, for Christ's sake. I can still laugh at myself. Of course, who gets the transfer fees? Asked Yvonne. Hey, I bought Bitcoin a little over 4 years ago. I'm up 250%, says Dan. Congratulations on that. Well done. I want to be taxed on my 90% unrealized losses with my fiat. Tell him, Steven. We're bouncing back to 65 G's, baby. The bulls are a fighting, says Claude. Yes. All I have to say is there is no second best. Bitcoin is number one. Meme coins will come and go like the wind. Go over and check out the Bitcoin chart. Tell them PDO dollar. Yes, sir. Gigavids, welcome. It is a slow takeoff. What are you referring to there? My husky loves your voice, JV. She fell asleep. Nice. Nipsey's sleeping here too on the floor. Transaction fees are low right now. Good. Keep them there. Please. Tell Satoshi. Anyways, fam, next story of the day. Let's discuss these $300 billion worth of inflows. Says Mark Yusko is coming from the boomers. Then we'll dive into this $800,000 Bitcoin price prediction, shall we? Chief executive investment firm Morgan Creek Capital says digital asset industry is set to be inundated by hundreds of billions of dollars coming from the baby boomer generation. Now, in a new interview with crypto influencer Scott Melker, Morgan Creek Capital CEO Mark Yusko says within the next 12 months, he expects asset managers who manage funds for boomers to put $300 billion into the crypto space. Quoting him here from the interview, we have a pretty significant demand shift, and it hasn't fully played out. And in fact, it hasn't even come close to fully playing out. I believe in the next 12 months-ish. We are a couple of months into the ETFs, and we have gotten about 10% of what I believe is coming into the space from registered investment advisors who control all of the boomers' cash. So the boomers have about 30 trillion with these financial advisors. There's going to be 300 billion, I believe. That's 1% of 30 trillion. That comes into the space. That's actually more money than has ever been converted to Bitcoin in 15 years. That is pretty amazing thing. That's a pretty amazing thing. Yusko says due to the Bitcoin multiplier, which the executive says is sitting around 20x, 300 billion being added to the King crypto would raise the market cap by 6 trillion. So 300 billion would add 6 trillion to the market cap, which would give Bitcoin a market cap of roughly $7.3 trillion. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Mark Yusko. And can you see that happening? Also, the headline, or I should say on the thumbnail, is Bitcoin to 150,000, Ethereum to 8,000 by the end of the year. And to watch that video and prediction, check the show notes below this video and in the description. So there you go. JV, we're in the JV effect. Smash the likes and the Bitcoin bounce, bounce. Come on, bounce. Buy the memes, sell the top, move your funds back to the BTC. What up? Is that what you kids call it these days? Walking the cat? That's right. The ETFs have only been used by small firms and active traders. We haven't got to the Joe bus driver 401ks and hedge funds, pension funds, the real inflow. 4 years. Good point, Data Biter. 300 billion incoming. Let's go. Even if the Earth gets hit by a meteor, the space shuttle they got away will surely carry the Bitcoin network with it to the stars. There we go. We call it just the tip. Just the tipping point. I am a boomer and haven't seen a dime for being one yet. The greatest generation was the mother and fathers of the boomers, says Don. 150 G's would be pretty amazing. How else would you move wealth over the Mars? That equals 330,000 per biddy, says Claude. Thanks for the math. Hashtag FJB. I like it. I dig it. Keep them coming.
Yeah, we heard Kramer report that. He said, sell, we bought more bags till we got a sword back. Can't short your dork, we can't afford that.
If it's not going to zero, it's going to a million. It's
Now, we all know Bitcoin is the best asset.
either nothing, right? If it's nothing, then it's getting scrubbed out and banned.
You agree? And there is no second best asset.
That's right. FJBs. ETH has been a wash thanks to Grayscale. F. Gary Gensler. Say it out loud. 225,000 end of the year. Let's freaking go. Send it, Jennifer. I'd love to see a $225,000 biddy. What do you guys say? FJB. Let's get that viral, DGen. Thank you. Bitcoin to the moon. JB, your moderator is trying to control your channel by censoring different opinions. That is not true. Definitely not true there, family. I know there is no second best, but Pirate Chain may be the best privacy coin ever. Piracy matters, or privacy. Bitcoin lost all of its privacy features, says my on man. There you go. You spoke your piece. I just walk my cat too. Gigavids, you guys are hilarious. Meow. Hashtag FJB. More of them. Keep them coming, please.
Wait for the pump to come, we should have bought that. Crypto to zero, they really thought that. Again.
You could call me 3AC because we blowing it up. Full flag on the chart. Yo, we going to pump.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up.
Let's go.
Don't you know? Pump it up.
What you know about pumping it up?
You can call me 3AC cause I'm blowing it up. Short squeeze, more please, yeah, it's going to pump. They drop foot, but it's still not slowing it up.
Nope. Walking the cat. You got to do what you got to do, gentlemen. Welcome, everyone, just joining the stream. We're about to dive into our feature story of the day as Bitcoin continues in the green. Damn straight. It's a green day. Shout out to Green Day. Remember that band? I was in middle school. Do you have the time to listen to me whine? That's the Green Day. Now we got the Pump Green Day. Happens to me all the time. Sometimes it might be a random symbol, words, or because it is too long of a busy stream. Yeah, it happens. Also, YouTube has a mind of its own. They censor a lot of ish, family. I got to teach my cat to make me the coffee. I know. You got to teach your cat how to use the toilet and flush as well. Right? That's must-know trick. I know they're capable. I am Satoshi of the Walking Cat. Remember, fam. Walking the cat here in Panama. Oh, my God. I censor disrespectful comments and basic assholery. Well said, Jennifer. Well said. Green Day was awesome. Those are pretty dope. It's not the new high we should care about. It's the new higher low. Hey, bud, it's been green here all day over here. You know what I mean? Yeah, we've had a nice day. We start off with a nice dump and then we corrected to a nice pump. So count our blessings. Bitcoiners are always winning. And when we're correcting, we're taking advantage of it, buying the dip, dollar cost averaging, stacking sats. And that's the name of the game. We sat chasers here, if you know what I mean. Yay for the cats. The cats are winning. Thunder, 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 cats. If you know what I mean. Cats trained to use toilets is pretty common, actually. Wow. The natural pee near water. That's good to note. You learn something new every day. My cat likes to eat the grass. Pharrell Ferris Fox says. My dog eats the grass. What's with these homies dissing my girl? Oops, wrong band. Here in California, I can walk cats and dogs. Just came back from walking the cat to the beach. Must have a swarm. 150,000 in September. Tell them about Bitcoin, bro. You already know, Shan. I'm an old school punker. Nice, Adam. Wake me up when September ends. What's going on in September? Buy the dump. Buy the dump. Dump it up. Yeah, man. 150 G's by September. I'll take it. Send it. I used to mess with a girl that her cat used to sit on a toilet and do his business. No walking the cat. You guys are hilarious. Truly are. But anyways, family. Now for our feature story of the day. Let's discuss the Bitcoin price action doing a 13x from here and capturing $800,000 per Bitcoin, shall we? And welcome everyone just joining us on our live stream. As Bitcoin's halving deflates issuance, it seems closer than ever to achieve gold's value proposition and hit a $17 trillion Bitcoin market cap. Let's go. That's right. Following the fourth ever halvening, which we captured here live on stream 5.5 days ago, analysts have pointed out that Bitcoin's steady state issuance rate has become lower than gold for the first time, driving new comparisons between the two asset classes. Quoting them here, with gold's market cap at about 17 trillion and Bitcoin's market cap at about 1.3 trillion, that's about a 13x from here. They explained in the video, referring to Altcoin Daily, that would put Bitcoin at just over $800,000 per Bitcoin. Now, that's not going to happen this year. It is not going to happen next year. We're thinking about this coming decade. But that's really the potential. That's right. We know the potential is there. Bitcoin has no top, as fiat clearly has no bottom. Now, Altcoin Daily was referring to a measure of gold's market cap via the Wu charts. At this time, the Bitcoin market cap sits at closely $1.25 trillion. Now for a little perspective, Bitcoin, as we know, often described as the digital version of gold because of its programmatic scarcity and utility as a store of value, but obviously way more superior because it has a finite limited supply, unlike gold, which they can keep finding and digging more from the ground. Now, in its 15-year history, Bitcoin has risen within striking distance of gold in terms of the largest market caps for all assets of the world. And the fourth halving event has once again demonstrated the parallels between the two. Quoting Altcoin Daily again from the vid, this Bitcoin halving totally different from any of the other halvings we have seen before in crypto history, as this takes Bitcoin's annual inflation rate to be less than gold, meaning Bitcoin is now the first hard money asset we have ever seen that is scarcer than gold. That's right. Now, BlackRock and other firms, as you know, successfully launched their ETFs on January 11th, and BlackRock now has over 272,000 biddies, and collectively, the asset managers out of the States have now over 800,000 Bitcoin in their possession. And we also know that Hong Kong is going to finally launch their ETFs in another 5 days, which is a pretty big deal. So quoting them here, now only 250 new Bitcoin are issued per day. And you know, for context, BlackRock bought 570 of them yesterday. Just BlackRock, not to mention the Hong Kong Bitcoin ETFs, the Canada ETFs. There's plenty of demand verticals, just not a lot of supply. Now, we know the issuance was recently chopped in half, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was just 900 per day. And after the halving 5 days ago, it's now 450. So I'm not sure why he referenced 250, but nonetheless, it's extremely scarce and now double the scarcity as it was 5 days ago. So key takeaways, the Bitcoin price relative to gold has been rising, suggesting as investors seek scarcity, they will increasingly turn to Bitcoin and help drive its market cap towards gold. Quoting them again, we have seen inflation go crazy. We have seen geopolitical tension go crazy. Macro again, wild, he concluded. Gold has risen 10%, maybe on the year. We're seeing Bitcoin actively being accumulated. It makes a good point. We have nation states accumulating Bitcoin in the public eye, such as El Salvador. We have nations secretly purchasing the biddies. For example, Mr. 100. We have speculation that that is Abu Dhabi out of the UAE. There's a lot of talks of other nations getting direct or indirect exposure to Bitcoin right now and just haven't come public with it yet, including Edward Snowden a few weeks ago we covered on the pod, saying a nation has been secretly buying it, and soon we'll be revealing who that is. So you already know the race is on. We have all this money coming from the boomers. Again, what did we say? $300 billion can collectively flow. You got to also consider the multiplier effect and all this other, bullishness in the market from a macroeconomic perspective. You have a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. War, escalation. We have the presidency taking place here later on in the year in the United States. Is it going to be JB? Is it going to be Trump? What do you think? How will it likely impact Bitcoin? How will basically also all the other things and all the other countries in the world, how will they react to Bitcoin? What about the BRICS movement and the de-dollarization of the US dollar, right? What about the weakening of the dollar? What about the $35 trillion deficit, which they can never get rid of? They're forced to print more money. As they continue to print, it will continue to devalue the dollar. Printing money typically escalates wars and perpetuates war. Meanwhile, a Bitcoin standard perpetuates peace and love. So we're at a crossroads right now. Nations have choices. These big companies have choices. Virtually all the major asset managers are already adopting Bitcoin through the ETFs, minus maybe a Vanguard, but they still get the indirect exposure, as Vanguard is the primary shareholder of MicroStrategy, the first publicly traded company to put the biddies on the balance sheet. MicroStrategy now holds over 220,000 Bitcoin. And again, Vanguard's the primary shareholder. BlackRock is the secondary biggest shareholder. So it just goes to show you they have their hands in everything. At the end of the day, we have a very finite, limited supply of Bitcoin. We have massive demand. The supply issuance just got chopped in half. More and more demand come in, very limited amount. Bitcoin being a hedge against inflation, a hedge against deflation, an insurance policy, a flight to safety. It has all the factors that gold has, but just more superior, because we can consider gold relatively scarce, Bitcoin truly scarce, right? Where are all the wealthy individuals and all the total addressable markets? Where is all this money going to park into? What has the greatest reward, the greatest upside? Parking into gold, what did he do? Gold is up 10% on the year. Or parking it into Bitcoin, which we know potentially can do another 2, 3, 4, 5x this year. Easy peasy, because history has shown us that, right? Now, also what makes this particular cycle different, for the first time in Bitcoin history, we basically broke the previous all-time high pre-halving. This has never happened before. This happened mid last month when we tapped out at 73,800. The 3 previous halvings before that, that has never happened before. Also, clearly, we have institutional FOMO and adoption, which did not exist 4 years ago, right? Also, now we have the ETFs coming out of Hong Kong. We have ETFs which are going to come out of El Salvador, different types of ETFs, more competition, more game theory, right? More investors looking to get into Bitcoin. Most of the population still don't even understand what Bitcoin is. It's perfect money. They have yet to know that. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is what it is. When do you feel Bitcoin is likely to hit some of these price targets we've been discussing here on today's podcast? 800,000 per Bitcoin. My personal projection for this particular cycle, my bear scenario, which is the low, I say 222 G's, baby. And for my high, which is my bull scenario for this cycle, I say 750,000. I say, if I'm using my intuition, will probably be somewhere in between that. Granted, it's a wide gap. We have stock to flow says it'll be somewhere between $100,000 and $1 million per coin post 2024 halving, which is where we're currently at. And by the time of the next halving in 2028, I can totally see blowing the lid off of the 800,000 target by the time of the next cycle. I can see us hitting $1 million by 2029, but I want to know your thoughts. And I'm also open to the possibilities of Bitcoin smashing all of these record numbers potentially this year. I know anything could happen, and I'm going to reiterate, Bitcoin has no top because fiat, tulip bulb, monopoly, crap has no bottom. And it is what it is. So let me know your thoughts. Holla in that chat. I'm going to read as many comments out loud as I can. And we're going to kick it here for a little bit. And then in a little bit, we'll move on over to Rumble for the uncensored version of the pod. Bring it. Mark the Flyer says 532 G's, baby. FOMO hasn't even begun. Tell him, K-Jam. How much inflows do we need to get up to 222,000? Baby. Ask Nico. I mean, I think we can hit that without a lot of inflation. I think we can hit that just due to the scarcity and the demand dynamics in the market. Simple stock to flow, supply demand. 1 Satoshi equals 1 cent. I can move to Colorado to become JB's neighbor and have dinner with the Bravos. Word. Oh, Condado. I see. I thought you said Colorado. Yes, Condado. Mike Tyson says, I pity the fool that doesn't smash the like. Everyone doesn't smash the like until they get punched in the face. There's a new quote for you. JV for president. Shout out Anthony Zamet, but hell no. JV will be the president of this YouTube channel and the president of his LLC, and that's about it. That's about it. I prefer to be a little more incognito, if you know what I mean. Retail FOMO hasn't even started yet. Institutional FOMO is here, but not the people, not yet. They will get in at the price when it's high. Everyone pays for biddies at the price they deserve. A wise man once said, Bukele, Kaiser, Sailor, Wood, Yusko, JV. Let's go, Data Buyer.
Can't wait till the Fed start showing its love. The full flag on the chart got me blowing a nut.
Yes, sir. Post-halving, the bull market can take a while to get going. That's right. It could be 12 to 18 months from today before we see the all-time high for the cycle. We don't know. But then again, that's what makes this so exciting. When we're in price discovery, which we're going to recapture at 73.8, we don't know what's going to happen. We haven't seen this before, right? This is unprecedented times. London in the building. Shout out Ricky Norwood. T. Will, what it do? FOMO, no Diddy. Texas loves Bitcoin, no Diddy. Sailor says all models are broken, no Diddy. We are currently in slow-mo, FOMO, mofo, no Diddy. Abused the like button, I did, and it was good, no Diddy. Walk the cat, no Diddy. Oh my God. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Appreciate all the support. All-time high this month. May the Bitcoin be with you and also with you. Will be higher, I hope. So, bro. So high. Thoughts on the OG alts, capped, and proof of work? Will they under or overperform? I guess it depends on which OG coins you're referring to there, big dog. Let me know. Yes, I saw that. We covered a bit of it. The lawsuit, Consensus sued the SEC today. Yeah, I guess they're going to be fighting on whether Ethereum is a security or not. You know what I mean? The BLX weekly fib channel drawn from inception low through the recent all-time high, the 1.114 fib, sits at 350,000. That's easy and may hit by end of year. Well, send the fib already. 350, I'm ready. Definitely no Diddy. Bitcoin loves its hodlers the most. No Diddy. Respect to the fam. No Diddy. Yeah, you know how we do. Shout out Devon, Molly, Jennifer, Greg, Des Osmo. Respect for the Munich. Word. Litecoin and Dash. Yeah, those are OGs, all right. ETH is a security. How do you think the SEC will rule that one? GCLLC. Joe versus Donald, UFC. Did someone say Donald? Which one will perform better in your opinion, Doge or Pepe? Ask James. That's a good question. If I was to flip a coin, I'll flip a bottle cap, because I don't know. Heads is Doge. Tails is Pepe. Bottle cap says Doge. That's how you do crypto trading, by the way. You just flip a bottle cap. Bada boom, bada bing. Anyways, I have to go. Have a good day, fam. Shout out to the Bone Daddy. Thank you for the support. Any lawsuit brings more clarity. Vagueness is the only power they have against the crypto market. Good point, McFootnator. Good silver lining. Total dad move, says Joe Buddy. Smash the likes. Dope and easy. Exactly. You flip a coin, you get the answer. Easy peasy. Love you, JV. No Diddy. Shout out Arshia. Good to know. Jokes. Aha. That's not a joke. It's just, I think sometimes we're better off flipping a coin than trying to figure out the market. If you need an answer. You guys ever study the I Ching? JV, I'll buy you another studio chair if you can get Michael Saylor to do a couple of YouTube hours with you. That would be lit. You'd get me a chair, eh? No, that would be pretty lit if Saylor, like, I don't pursue interviews, but if I had the opportunity to interview Saylor, the top of my list, there's 3 gentlemen. There's Bukele, president of El Salvador. There's Max Kaiser, the high priest himself. And there's the Giga Chad Mike Saylor. Those 3 guys, I will interview. And when the time comes, and that they're all on my bucket list. I did John McAfee. We interviewed him twice, my first guest here on the channel, and that was on my bucket list. And it was actually smoking a blunt with McAfee live on, it was pretty lit. And he was drinking Jameson. He had drinks. I thought it was a pretty awesome experience. So yeah, but there's not many others I care to interview. Keep it 100 with you. That's why I don't really focus on interviews. I had a podcast many years back called Weird Entrepreneurs, and it just focused on interviewing interestingly weird people, and it was fun. But yeah, is what it is. Kathy Wood, I'd put Kathy on the show. I'm a fan. I know the broskies love Kathy as well. Mr. T says, I pity the fool. Bobby approved. Yes, my channel is the only crypto channel Bobby approved, because they know Bitcoin is healthy for you, and all these ish coins will destroy you, just like the ish in the food supply, if you know what I mean. I wanted McAfee eat his you-know-what. Night JV, see you later for a drink at the club. Please, I'll accept that drink. No way, JV, it was so lit. Yeah, it was pretty awesome, Devon. Yes, and I would absolutely interview Alex Jones and Ryan Garcia. I'll throw it out there. All these people I would love to interview. You know what I mean? Top question for Saylor. Man, I'd have to come up with some epic questions off the top. I'd love for him to take me back to his process of Bitcoin back when he thought it was like a scam or didn't understand it. Remember, he made those tweets in like 2013, 2014. He was anti-Bitcoin, and then he came around years later. Maybe we'd touch upon some of that stuff. Would be interesting. You know what I mean? Kathy Wood's bathwater. Yeah, we talk about the bathwater, the jars. Alex was right. Alex is always right. No, Peter Schiff, I don't care to interview. Don't mention that name, JV. You'll hear about the bathwater forever. That's true. That is true. I'm 53. I could be the baby daddy for the bitty daddy. No Diddy. The baby daddy for the bitty daddy. Cheers, MM. Cheers. Let's go. 65 G's, baby. Yes.
60 G's, baby!
Don't call it a comeback. Bitcoin's been here for years. Peer to peer, bigger suckers to fear.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have any questions to ask Peter Sniff, because I think snakes are just going to give purposely purposeful wrong answers. You know what I mean? It's like, why do I want to entertain that? I'm not Max. I'm not going to scream at him and get louder. You know what I mean? Why don't you see that? Is she married? Are you talking about Kathy Wood? Wow, we're so close. We're going to keep the stream until we hit our 65, so don't worry. 65 incoming. We're probably already 65 on Coinbase. Usually this indicator's lagging a little. Don't mention, yeah, 100%. Saddy Daddy. Yeah, you already know. Time to buy the dip. Someone buy the dip, and then let's spike this to 65 and call it a day. Someone please buy the dip. I wish I knew what's the next move of Bitcoin. Yeah, wouldn't the rest of the world make a quick $1 trillion on a bet? If you knew with 100% certainty where Bitcoin was going to go in the next 24 hours, you would be rich, or you'd at least double up your net worth if you knew with 100% certainty. But the reality is nobody knows with 100% certainty. You can think you know and assume, but obviously it can work against you because nobody knows. So something to think about. 64. But one thing I do know with certainty is over the long haul, Bitcoin will continue to gain purchasing power against the dollar, while the dollar will continue to meet its own demise. That's one thing I know with certainty. So long haul, Bitcoin to the moon, guaranteed win, fastest horse in the race. Just saying. I eagerly buy every high and every low. Nice. Stacking sats a day. So excited for the 28 halving. Respect. Happy hodler. Love to hear that. The number go up. You damn straight. Little bubble. Buy that freaking dip. Peter Sniff tokenizes gold. I heard him. I heard his argument with Patrick Bet-David on that. I could do what Bitcoin does with. I can tokenize my gold in my vault and sell it. Whatever, Peter. I don't even think you hold any gold. You hold foreign gold stocks. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, you push gold. I'm just always high. All-time high in this what? When it comes to trading assets, JV be right 51% of the time. There you go. And that's all it takes for success in this industry. Can you be right more than you're wrong? Simple. What can go wrong? It's going up forever, Adam. Tell him, McFootnader. When it comes to trading assets, I mean, that's facts, Greg. Yeah, Bitcoin's more, here we go, 1 penny away, 1 penny away. Come on, come on. How dare it sit at 64,999.99? That's unacceptable. Good Lord, Bitcoin gods, what are you doing to us right now? All right, back $5 away. We're about to smash 65 G's. For the sake of the stream, can we hit 65 already? Pump the likes, family. We're on the cusp right now, reclaiming 65. We're 1 penny away. South Carolina education officials urge school districts to ignore the Title IX rules. What are the Title IX rules? Enlighten me. I saw the interview, saw that interview with him. Good. You're only wrong until you're right. Facts. Here's one thing that's for certain. The more someone believes they're right about everything, the less likely they are right about it. Like, people that think they know everything know nothing. And those smart enough to understand they know nothing know a lot more. Let me know if you can agree with that. How many people you know in your life where it's like they have an answer for everything, but they haven't figured out their own life, but they love giving advice to other people, especially when you didn't ask for their advice. Let's go. Come on, pump it up. Even a broken clock is right 2 times a day. Let that one sink in. Pump it up, JV. I mean, we're only a few dollars away. This is unacceptable. I do not consent, if you know what I mean. Like Trump in the courtroom. I don't consent.
No, we bout as long as a piece of string. Shorter, closing fast while you do your ass. Come on, lose your cash cause it's moving fast.
Come on now. Tell BlackRock, please pump it up. Man, we got so freaking close. I know we hit 65 on the exchanges, but on this Bitbo price was stuck 1 penny shy. I don't accept it. I do not consent. My 16-year-old son knows everything. Yeah, that's the age where they're smarter than all their peers and parents, unfortunately. I remember that age. I listened to the Wu-Tang Clan at that age, and I thought I knew everything. It's like, oh, I listen to Wu-Tang. Of course they don't know, because who else is listening to the old dirty bastard? You know what I mean? We barely conceive the fourth dimension. Yeah, man. I'm in the fifth. Title IX used to protect women, and the new Title IX rules protect everyone but women. Oh, my God. That's not good. Broke mofos trying to give me financial advice. I know, it's always the broke mofos. JV doing a 72-hour stream. We got to get to 65 Gs, for Christ's sake. Playing games with me today. What's going on? But I'm down. You want to do a 72-hour stream? Can I get 72,000 subs from it? So we'll make it happen. I work for subs at the end of the day. I was a nightmare at 16. You're not alone, Devon. I knew everything. It didn't quite hit 65 on the other exchanges. For real. Ready, JV? Billouette. I'm ready. So does your 16-year-old daughter. Yeah, I have a 10-year-old. She knows. She don't think she knows everything, but she knows a lot. I think she knows more than I knew when I was at 20, and she's 10. But then again, she has access to the internet. I never had access to the internet until I was like, I don't know, pretty much older. Maybe middle school or something. I don't remember. Maybe even high school before I even had access to the internet. I used to go to the library just to use the internet. You sign your name, you get like a 30-minute session. And I used to print out Wu-Tang lyrics. That's all I used to do. 65 G's. Oh, baby. Whoa. Did you have any doubt? What's the minimum amount to start future trading as a full-time trader? You can probably get started with any amount. That's the beauty of trading. 65 G's, baby, and we're pumping. We're up over 1,000 on the day.
Do your thing, let me do my thing. Pump it up. Yeah.
Here we go.
You got to pump it up, don't you know?
And we coming in hard. Look at that. That ain't no soft landing, family.
Pump it up, you got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up.
Let's go. 66 incoming. So here's what we're going to do. Now that we finally hit our target, as planned, now we could head on over to Rumble for the uncensored version of the pod, and I could talk my ish and speak what's really on my mind. You guys can ask me anything, and I'll speak 100% transparently. Something I just cannot do here on the channel because, as you know, you got to be very careful here on the tube. But nonetheless, head on over to Rumble right now. It is rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Again, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net, or simply open the Rumble app, type in Crypto News Alerts, head on over there, and let's continue with the uncensored version of the pod. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, here back on the tube for the premiere. Head on over to Rumble. Deuces. All right. Rumble fam, where you